Hello all, welcome back to the channel. Today it's another Southampton rebuild video. This is episode number 20. We've been doing really well. As you can see, bottom right, second in the table, and we are about a quarter of the way through the season. More than 2 points a game. Only problem I think could be fixtures incoming. I mean, you look, Leeds at home's okay. Man City at home's going to be tough. Liverpool away in the Prem's going to be tough. Cup game wise, we've got Roma at home in the Champions League, and we've also got Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. So far, everything has been going really well. Can't really knock where we're going. We just have to keep going and see where we end up at the moment. Um, Probably my favourite rebuild so far. Loving the Liverpool rebuild as well. But for me, taking the smaller teams, I'm not saying Southampton are a small team. That's not right. In all fairness, they're a big team in a bad position, obviously. I feel like we've turned around this club pretty nicely. Um, it's now about just keeping these players and trying to push on to the possibility of maybe even winning a league, winning more cups. Just keep it going and just sort of see where we end up at the end of the day. John Stones is one of our new centre halves. He's just hit his 100th cap. Blazek is coming to us very soon. So we've got Leeds in a couple of games. They're in 7th, which is a good position for them to be in. Because we're at home, I fully expect us to have the advantage. Gavi has won the Under 21 World Footballer of the Year. He's actually just pipped Endrick, well, some way behind it says. Endrick was some way behind, and then Yusufa Makuku third. And it says it is a testament to the great work being done with youth at Southampton. Two of the young players have been included in the top three for the award. So for me personally, I think that's quality. I think that's you love to read that. So long may that continue, providing we can keep a hold of those sorts of talents. We are the favourites. Zakarian thinks Paha's praise will make life harder for him. Okay, buddy, if you really feel that way. So, no surprise with the backline. That seems to be my main backline at the moment. Great to see Livramento at 4 stars. Little bit surprised. I mean, it's been a few days since I've played this. Let me just go to the old squad. Telles Magno is injured, so it does make complete sense. That is the side we're going to lead out with. Let's give it a hell. Expect a win here. Would be lovely if so. A 1-0 win. Pretty dominant, to be honest. Didn't even hit the target. We take that. We take that. Makuku has got a lot of add-ons in his deal that I brought him over in. The good thing is that we are pretty comfortable when it comes to the transfer budget and the wage budget, so we can't knock that. But so far, so good. It's more of a case of now just when we make transfers is just tidying up and basically improving. So if I timber 4-star, 4-star, still always been someone in my mind as a possibility. So if we have a look at the report for the team, you know, Endrick and Makoko both sort of 4 stars there. Schledlup and Zakarian sort of 3 to 3.5. Might need a better number 10 dependent on Zakarian. In the holding role, I was hoping Bamba would be a bit higher than that personally. If you look at my centre halves, we're pretty good there in all fairness. You can't even see Upper Meccano there, if I'm going to be completely honest. Silva probably should be playing maybe more than what he stated there. I mean, he's barely played. This is a guy that I think needs to be playing more. His potential is right up there. So yeah, maybe he does need to be playing more, but maybe I might need a better central midfielder and maybe a better number 10 or right winger. We want to be looking towards 4 stars. That's how you start pressing on to make league titles and things like that. You can get away with the odd 3-star player, but it's not going to happen all the time, I don't think. In all fairness, stars don't really mean too much, if I'm going to be completely honest. Good to see Silva in the starting lineup, 4 stars there. Okay. We look pretty good to go. Going to be a tough game with Roma. Obviously no mugs. And we come out singing with a 1-0 win, a Makuku goal. And when we look at the stages, it keeps us just on the outside. We've only played 3 games. And if we look, well, there are 6 English clubs in the Champions League this time round. I want to give Benfica a shout. They are flying as a club. Absolutely flying. Just intrigued about the finances of the club. 9 million. See, that's not great there. So the club will fall into debt pretty early this season, I think. Now we're coming up to a period in the league that's going to be very, very tough. We are also coming up against our old boy. I must admit, I was 2 players I want to check out here. So, João Pedro, we brought for 19 million. 2.5 seasons. He scored 48 goals for us in maybe 90 appearances. Played really, really well. Got to move over to Leipzig. Obviously done well there to then move into City. The one player I wanted to check out, this guy. 86 million pounds. He was one player that I've looked at a few times in other saves. Never been sure whether to pull the trigger on him. And now I can see a little bit into the future. He's a fairly decent player. So right, so this is a top of the table clash. Upper Meccano and Silva at the back. Gardavel, Livramento, practically our strongest side. It's going to be tough. It's Man City. We have beaten them before. We are at home. Just can't lose, in my opinion. And we do one better. We win 3-1. That takes us to the top of the table, unbelievably. João Pedro got a goal against his old club, but let's be completely honest. Who cares? 11 games in. Take a screenshot of that. Top of the table. Unbelievable. Very, very pleased. I did just see something about Warren Zaire-Emery, delighted. So when it comes to a holding mid, I don't really need someone because I did bring in Zaire-Emery. I just need to go back and have a look at that. Player of the week, but for some reason I saw that Liverpool might have messed up, but that's who we are playing next. It's a very, very different looking Liverpool. I mean, you look there. I mean, is this their backup side? I mean, maybe, because it very much doesn't look like a side that they would normally put out. The old scouts are out and about again. We're the favourites. It's quite shocking, really, in a way. It's good to see Silver's keeping Upamecano out of the team. Just curious about Upamecano. 215 grand we're paying him. A lot of money. I'd like to see Silver playing a bit more, if I'm honest. Seems like he might well be at the moment. Wow, we've knocked out Liverpool. Joe Gomez's own goal got us the result, but very evenly matched game and we advance. That's a really, really good result. We're through to the quarter final. And Makuko is he's the man at the moment. We've got Liverpool again. It's going to be a toughie away from home, and as you can see there, now that's the side I'm expecting to play against. I imagine that we have just beaten their second string side. We'll start the draw here. Available teams. If I was going to pick anyone I didn't want to play, I wouldn't want to play probably Tottenham or Chelsea. Okay, Tottenham away. Not overly ideal, but I think we're probably better than Tottenham. I'm not too bothered. So they're making Liverpool strong favourites here. So I think this is going to be a case of just hope to get a draw. To be completely honest, Talas Magno, who has been phenomenal for me, 2.5 stars. Wow, he is quite a long way behind. If he's not going to improve much more. Transfer value 60. His guide value is only 28. Does that mean that? Yeah, I do want to. Wow, he's quite a long way behind the curve in that respect. He's been fantastic for me, in all fairness. Right, a draw here. I'm expecting to lose, if I'm going to be honest. Liverpool are different gravy on this. Yeah, we got smacked. Absolutely smacked. We only scored with our one shot on target. We relinquish top spot very, very quickly. It only took one game. That is a really tough game out the way, though, with Liverpool. And playing away. So we've got Dynamo up next. I'm pretty sure Upamecano with a hernia. I'm pretty sure we're affiliated with Dynamo. Stones comes in. Alright, a win here will really set us on our way, to be honest. Should do. Convincing, to be honest. Skrdl up and Hendrick with 2 each. Coast it for us. More money in the bank. Lafont has been called up by France. Now that's a really, really good sign, considering he's actually never had an international cap. So that must be only but a good thing. In all fairness, he has played quite well. So interestingly enough, he was at Nantes, he went to PSG, barely played. He then went to Eintracht Frankfurt, had a release clause in there, and we nicked him up straight away. So probably a good bit of business from us, and now he's in the French national side. So we can't complain with that. We're favourites against Bournemouth. Fully expect us to get the job done here. Okay. Bamba is out for Danilo. Skrdl up goes to the bench. Few changes for this one. Confident as always. (3-1). Nice win. It puts us top again. Does that mean City slipped up? Well, because Liverpool certainly slipped up. Well, City lost 4-0 to West Ham, who are flying as well, by the way. We're back to the top of the table again. Liveramento's out for a few weeks. Is that going to mean Mosquera? I think he's lost some of his potential. I think Mosquera is going to have to go in there. The only saving grace is that we're not going to be kicking a football for a couple of weeks, so that really helps us out. 50 best players in the world. We don't have one of them. We would have done with Ilya Zabani, worth 197 million. Are you sure? It won't be long before people like Hendrick, I think, and maybe Skrdl up get in there, to be honest. Love to see Bamba on the score sheet. Arsenal up next away from home. It's another tough one, to be fair. As a matter of fact, we've got 3 really tough away games incoming, to be fair. I would rather get these away games against the tough sides done and dusted, to be honest. We definitely would have played 3 of what they class the top 6 out the way in the first half of the season, which is quite a handy thing. Hopefully we can continue on the way that we're playing and really make a challenge this season. We've been doing really well. Hopefully we can carry on. We are the favourites against Arsenal. European Golden Boy. You can't tell me his kid's Let's scout him. If you're up for European Golden Boy, you're going to have some people. 8.5 mil. Milan and PSG interested. Whew. Tell you, if this kid looks good, I'm gonna bid him for him, because why would you not? Okay, Mosquera is in at right back. I'll take a draw. Be a point earned and not 2 lost if that's the case. 2-0. Okay. It's very, very tight. We're only a couple of losses away from really going down hard down the division. Carrasco is out for 2 to 3 months. Injuries are starting to strike us a little bit now. We're going to have to get this kid, aren't we, really? He's worth 8.6, and he's got a minimum fee release clause there. It'd be silly not to, I feel like. Incredibly interested. He wants a loan move. Whoops. How many times do I do that? 7.75, that is. We won't quite put you on that much, but yeah, you can loan him back. That's fine. It just basically means he'll come in next summer if so. Wow, we are going to be hitting bare bones soon at this rate. Everyone's getting injured. I really do need to go through all of these and 5 first teamers. Yeah, again, I think this will be another one where I will take a draw. Any kind of result's a good result here. We've lost 2-1. Shame. We've still got some tough games coming up as well in the Champions League as well. I'm quietly confident we'll get through to the next round. Whether we make the top 8 and skip a round is anyone's guess. Loftus-Cheek is now with a bruised knee, meaning he'll miss this match. Be interesting to see what they do with the number 10 role. Chelsea are easily the favourites here. Alex Scott moves in there. Hendrick on the right, Magno on the left, Makuku up top. Need a result against one of these lot, really away from home. We lost against Arsenal heavily. Not heavily, but Liverpool was heavy. And we've lost another one, so... Oh, my goodness, look at that. Third right the way down to sixth. All on 29 points. All played the same, well, all played the same, all drawn the same, all lost the same. This is really tight, and even 7th and 8th. So, kind of glad that we've got some of them tough games out of the way, because we need to really bounce back here. Brighton up next. Playing a really, really ridiculously defensive formation. Would you know I'm going to do it now? Okay, it said that he's set. Doesn't mean he's signed. I need to check out. And I've done quite well in this respect of players whose contracts end. I've picked up some absolute gems. I picked up Upamecano. I've picked up Pellegrini. There's definitely Yannick Carrasco as well. Wow, look at this Florian Wirtz. I know a little bit about this kid. I'm not surprised that there is strong interest. We add him straight to the shortlist. He is going to be a player. I did say about someone in the number 10, he could be the man there. Got some cracking stats there as well. Andrew Robertson, João Cancelo. Could be a good one to get in. Obviously, that can't happen right now. So if we have a look based on ability, N'Golo Kante, I just saw they were going to go with contracts. What about based on potential? Not a lot there. Transfer value, which is what I was already on. What about recommended? Okay. Florian Wirtz is a man that I'm definitely having a look at. As soon as the 30th of December comes along, I will be going straight to that man now. I fully expect United and City to both go for him, so... Right, okay. This is pretty mental, to be honest. I mean, City have opened up a slight gap up the top. One loss from them, as long as everyone else can keep up, and it's going to proper open up. This is anyone's ball game at the moment. Right, okay. A lot of the teams around our area are playing each other. For example, Chelsea, Tottenham. West Ham and Liverpool. So a win here, and dependent on results around us, a lot of things could go our way here. Nice, comfortable win here. We haven't done so well because we've been on the road. We've lost 3 on the bounce away from home, and we've come back with a 2-0 win. That's nice. It does put us into second. I believe that means that Liverpool and Chelsea both won them. Chelsea and Tottenham drew, but Liverpool did win. So slight gap opened up again there now. So just got to hope that City lose their game in hand. Newcastle boss is after Tino Livramento, eh? He's got 3 clubs interested in him. It's going to take a hell of a bid for you lot to get that. 90 million is his release clause. I don't sell any stars unless you meet their clauses. It's happened with Bamba, it's happened with Zabani. Beljo up top for Stoke. So, Fakal Sissoko. I can't even pronounce it. Sissako. There we go, I've got it. Easy for me to say, hey? He's coming in, he's going back out on loan. He looks pretty good. He's got a lot of good stats here. He's a wide left player, also can play in the number 10. Flair's 20. He's only 19 years old. He's unhappy. He's going back out on loan. I think that's a good purchase. Some of the regens are good. If he's up for World Golden Boy, why not? Sometimes all you need is a little bit of news like that, and you're like, oh, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm happy to take that on. Okay, it's a bit of a few players being rested here. We are playing bottom of the table. I just hope they haven't played themselves out of a game by going for like a second string side here. Sure, we're good enough to get a win. We do, and it's a good win. Got to win them games. We'll take that. It rests some of our players. Just intrigued on top goal scorer, Hendrick with 14. Makuku can't be too far behind. I do keep thinking about going to a formation where 2 play up top, but I'm also considering Makuku straight up top and Hendrick out on the right. That's something I have been considering. Intrigued about Nkunku. He's unhappy at Inter. So, did he actually get his transfer to Chelsea? No. Because I thought that was done a long time ago. Obviously not before this was done. Livramento is pleased to be linked with Manchester United. Always answer with that as if to say, if you want one of our players, you've got to pay the release clause. And speaking of Manchester United, we've drawn them in the FA Cup. Okay, tough start to our defence of the title of the FA Cup. Tielemans coming back. He was another man that I've made some very good profit off of, and they are also be paying a fair chunk of money in add-ons as well. Just curious. He's played 16 times. I just want to check out the clauses on Tielemans because I know he's got a fair few. So it's 17 million after another 34 league appearances. I did just see Bamba. Okay. Right. 13th position game we need to win. It's not going to be easy either. We have lost 3-2. It's starting to get a bit tight now. As you can see, we have dropped to 19th. So it's the top 24 that go through. So we've got 2 games left. And they are... Oh, wrong thing. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Botasani, both away from home. I definitely expect to get 3 points here. It's just about getting in that top 24, in all fairness. Liverpool are chasing Endrick. He does have a release clause in his contract, and I think he's got 7 clubs after him. I mean, I'm not surprised. 120 million. Look at the teams that are keen. It will take. I mean, if I have to offer him a new contract and up that release clause, then I will. Okay. One of our wingers looks like a very handy prospect, and at least one of our fullbacks has plenty of promise. So that's good. Are we going a fullback? Okay, home to Newcastle. Stiff test. City's game in hand is against Leicester. Right, it's a game we definitely need to win here, just purely because we're at home. Can't let the games like this slip. We need to beat these teams at home if we are going to be successful this season in the league. We've won 2-0. Schledlup is injured, which is not a good sign, but we're now starting to form a gap again. We're averaging more than 2 points a game, which is really, really good as well. Schledlup, unfortunately, is out for a little while. Which is a shame. I definitely know that name of this player. I just don't know where from. Ah, Dortmund kid. Ah, of course. They do that quite regularly with players from that sort of area that don't play enough. They nick them, they create them, and they sell them. How is the Emery doing there? 77 million. We only bought him for 36. But he's performing quite well, which is what we want to see. Okay. Magno is going to be sent home with his cold. So Carrion is back any moment. Liverpool v City in the league. That could be nice if Liverpool could just get a draw there. Hendrick's going out on the left, which is not ideal. 3 stars on the left. Right, if we're going to retain this, we're going to have to knock out teams like Tottenham. 3-1 loss. That's the end of our Carabao Cup. In other news, Liverpool have slapped City. Literally slapped them. Unfortunately, we exit, which is a bit of a shame. We do not retain now. We've just got to get one over them in the league. Well, we've actually got Tottenham 3 games in a row. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that. Antonio Silva, Napoli. No, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going to Tottenham. 0 chance of that happening. City, you got Liverpool again. Alright, let's have a better performance this time out. It's a home game. We've got to win our home games. And we do. Hendrick with 2. Tellers Magno. Well, what's happened to City? They've lost again to Liverpool. Arsenal go top of the table. But we have a game in hand. We are halfway through the season now. This is pretty mental between the top 4, that's for sure. The gap is showing now. It was really close, sort of between like 2nd to like 8th. And now 4 teams are sort of slowly getting away. 2 really massive away games now. This season's sort of been all over the place with fixtures. Larios. We tried to flog him at one point, didn't we? 4 clubs interested. Whew, we might be able to do a bit of business there, you know. Because he's not a player that's... He wasn't getting in ahead of Pellegrini last season. I did try and sell him earlier, and he didn't want to go. I think it was a German side. I can't remember now, but he didn't want to go. So I may offer him out if I get around 40 million quid. That'd be magic. Yeah, you can take on Ronaldo Barbosa. Silver's back up to potential of 4.5 stars. Right, okay. These are the games in hand a little bit here, so need Leicester to do me a favour while I try and get the job done here against Tottenham. Just a draw minimum. Oh, we've lost again. Liveramento's been sent off as well, which hasn't helped us. Ah, damn. Losing to these top clubs away from home is kind of killing us. That ban could be extended as well for Livramento, I believe. I can just tell you now that he is not going anywhere. We are offering him a contract now. He's on 100 grand a week. Does have a minimum free release clause of 86. What? We can't promise win the Champions League. 120 grand. Oh, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. He wants 20 grand pay rise, and he's going to add on a fair few years onto that contract all day long. We're at a point now where these release clauses don't even come into consideration. Speaking of which, Hendrick, 90 million. I wish his controller would behave. It's 120. We're already paying him 165. I wonder. All thinking about this Champions League. Look, here. It's a 20 grand for him, but we've got rid of that release clause. And that's what we want. We want to keep these players until they say they want to go. You know, I'm looking to keep players. I want to make this into the best save possible. Right, Wolves who are in 5th. Not going to be any mugs. Bamba comes into centre half with Upamecano. Defensively looks very weak, if I'm going to be honest. This is a case of trying to outscore your opponents. We need a win if we're going to try and keep up, that's for sure. Damn, that could be, well, yet again, look how tight it is. Teams, I mean, Fulham have just smacked City 4-1. Leeds have held Arsenal. Liverpool do beat Chelsea to fly up, but this is close. This is really, really close. Southampton in disappointing collapse. It's not good in that respect. Now the exciting part is just about to come up on the possibility of a free transfer. We got some contracts out as well looked at. I just want to go and have a look at our league form as well, because if you look here, look at it. My last, I mean, look, 3 losses on the bounce there, 2 here, and the league is this tight. So it's Hendrick, Schledl up, and then we're going to be looking at I think it's Florian Wirtz. I think we just looked at a minute ago. Palinha has just signed a new deal. He was another one who was rated quite highly by the scouts. Oh, wow, it might be well worth having a look at the pair of them. Cittadini, I just want to, I'm offering Wirtz a contract straight up. Says he's going to be a squad player. If he's happy to take that, which he is, that's great. Just not going to get your yearly wage rise, and we'll make you 95 grand a week. 105? Take 100, mate. Done deal. Now, Cittadini, I believe he's a centre half, and he's a young centre half. 24 years old. He's on loan from Atalanta. So is he at Sampdoria there? He is. A lot of teams are interested. Not massive sides either. Hasn't played a lot of football. Statistically physical. Very, very good. I'm going to scout him. And if he comes up good, I will. The thing is, I've got so many centre halves. If I bring him in, I may look to get one out. I don't know yet. So Blazek and Cesarco are coming into us. Now, this is a bit of a nightmare that our transfer for Wirtz has become public knowledge. Bit of a nightmare considering it's City and United that are on the tails. Citadine is only a D, so it's not worth my time. Stradlup has got himself a new 5-year deal. Livramento, as expected, has got a further 2-match ban. And we've got to start pulling our finger out if we're going to be competing here. Because in this video we have been like a yo-yo. Hendrick has won European Golden Boy. We love that. Hendrick is also named the Brazilian Best Europe-based player. Stats like that, I am not surprised. Is he set for a move to Bayern? They're looking at Hendrick to Liverpool. They've linked us with Meslier and Bruno Guimaraes, who is transfer listed. Right, let's just have a look at the old recruitment. Have a look at the player search. These are based on recommended. Delafeu. This is on the recommended list. So anyone in the A's is the only one I'm really keen on. Andrew Robertson, Marcel Sabitzer, a little bit older now. Christophe Hamel. Look at this kid. On loan from Chelsea. I'm going to scout him because he looks pretty mental. Rodrigo de Paul, Andre Silva, Sadio Mane. Brozovic. There's just a lot of old players here who I have such a... in my mind, it's more about youth players than anything in my mind. I feel like Florian Wirtz could be the only one I'm really that interested in. He's young, bags of potential. That kid looks alright. No, we'll stick to what we know for the moment. Got the two youngsters coming in. These both two regions. We'll assign the old squad numbers. We won't purely because they're both in the So Sissoko is back out on loan. Daryl Cook, 600k. No, we need to negotiate that. Give us 250 there. Give us 250 there. League goals, give us 75k. Eintracht have come in for Bazanu. I'm rejecting it for the moment. Bayern have come in for Endrick for £80 million. No. It does still state that he does have a release clause. Obviously, I'd like him to say that he's going to accept our contract. Get rid of that release clause. They've reduced our transfer funds. And they've reduced the wage budget. So let me just have a look. I'm not surprised, if I'm honest with you. Okay, it's not drastic. It might affect that Florian Wirtz deal, though. It might. Hopefully not, and also Hendrick's actual contract as well. So we might end up with 0 transfer budget. Yeah, you can take him. Yeah, that's fine. You can take that. Woo-wee. Yeah, we'll accept that deal. But also at the same time, we will also offer him out for 40 mil, for say 42.5 million. We've got Fulham at home. I fully expect a win here. We need a win here. Come on, make it a good one to end the video. 3-0, confident win. That's exactly what we needed. Arsenal also messed up there and got a draw, so Makuku's being paid up, so I definitely need to make a sale here. If Larios goes, that would be quite handy. We've got Man United in the FA Cup up next, so we will get as far up as we can until that. It's been a very back and forth video here. It's been all over the show. We've been really excellent 1 minute, the next minute not so good. So I can't complain. We're still in with a good shot of a title. Hendrick has committed. It's a fantastic way to finish the video because he's now got rid of that release clause, which means someone's going to have to pay a damn lot of money for him to come over. Wirtz, we will find out at the start of next video whether he comes in. So we will just get this set of games out of the way for the Carabao Cup. And that concludes today's video. Please give us a like, subscribe if you haven't already, turn the bells on for notifications if you want to see more of these videos. We'll see you next time for another Southampton rebuild video. Have a good one.